And good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Saturday Sports Blast. My name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of the Saturday Sports Blast show. And yeah, what do you want to talk about? And let us talk to you this morning. And I am the revolutionary. I am the visionary. I am Ralph Williams. And please acknowledge me. All right. Speaking of that, this afternoon, 1 o'clock p.m., Night of Champions, WWE, on 1 hour. The first hour, which will be the Queen and King of the Ring matches on ESPN. You get it for free on ESPN if you have ESPN. All right. And then I think later on they have badminton tournament or something going on ESPN. That's a little more important than wrestling. So they decided to do that right afterwards. So whatever's going on with them. So just to let everyone know. All right. Let me see what we got here. All right. Well, okay. Let's introduce my co-host, Pensmansports. Pensman, welcome to the program. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How's everybody doing? And what a draft last night. What a draft.
Yes, what an NHL draft last night. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Wrestling, we're going to talk about Night of Champions today, so a very special edition of the Saturday Sports Blast. And maybe get into some baseball or whatever. But right now we're going to focus on the NHL draft because, like myself, the NHL draft has been treated like a redheaded stepchild, and that's just not true. You know what I mean? Or they should be. Pensmansports. Don't forget to like and subscribe his YouTube channel. Tune into all his shorts and everything else that he does as well. All right, my next co-host, Brian Pettit from the Sports Break Media. Brian, welcome to the program.
Yep, good morning and happy Saturday, and I hope everything is going well with both of y'all. I watched a little bit about the draft last night, so I enjoyed it. You know, it's been a crazy couple of days because you've had the draft, you've had soccer, and then you've had a lot of other things going on too. You know, so
yeah, it's been a busy week in sports, Brian. Very busy, and we can talk about that today as well. All right. First of all, let's get started real quick before we get into the draft. Pittsburgh Penguins have been sold to the Hoffman family, Florida. They also own 10 newspapers. Very prominent family. Wants to keep the team in Pittsburgh. Mario Lemieux and Ron Burkle will be back involved again. Pensman, go ahead. Start with you. Your thoughts on the sale of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Go ahead.
Fenway Sports, stay away from Pittsburgh. You stay in Boston. So from Pittsburgh. So Hoffman family, I appreciate what you're doing. I'm glad you're bringing Mario Lemieux back, but let's see what happens. So I'm excited.
Oh, I am as well. The Hoffman family are very, they want to be in Pittsburgh involved. They're involved. They're also involved in some other business aspects. I wish they would have bought the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, but I'm not going to talk about that today. All right, Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts. Pittsburgh Penguins sold to the Hoffman family. Mario Lemieux back involved.
Really? That's kind of interesting because I didn't not know that.
Yes.
But do you think that it's going to make a world spin with this new company? You know, the new owners and everything?
Yeah, I think
Open
it will.
arms.
They have deep pockets, and they own 10 newspapers all across the United States, and they are a very prominent family. They have a lot of money, and I believe that they're going to spend a lot of money, getting the right people involved in the organization. And by bringing back Mario is the biggest thing right there. Is bringing him back because he is the face, other than Sidney Crosby, of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Even though he's retired, he will always be the face.
You think? Well, Ralph, I got a question on that. Do you think they'll bring in a lot of money and then they'll bring a new arena? I mean,
No, the Consol Energy Center is not that old. It'll be 20 years old, I think, next year or this past
really?
It's still got about 3 or 4 years. Very nice facility. I've been there for shows, for concerts.
PPG
Very
Arena.
nice facility. Yeah, PPG Paints Arena. Yeah, it's been very nice place. They don't need a new place. That arena is not old. by the standards of the NHL, it's not old, and so I believe that I think they're going to be okay with that. So, I don't think it in place. Yeah. Well, the upper bowl, they call it, is narrow aisles, and before I was in a wheelchair and I could walk, it's very, very narrow and very complicated to try to walk around in that whole area. And then the seating is very small too, so you got to be very careful about what you do there as well. All right, who do we have here? Somebody's saying hello. Who is that? All right, there we are. Okay, hello and welcome to the show. Thank you for being part of it. All right, and then we have there we are with that. Who do we have? Oh, we have Pensman there, just saying hello. All right, there we are. Okay, let's get started with our NHL Draft special show today. We're going to talk about the NHL Draft as we just got done talking about the sale of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And let's get into the draft. Let's start with number 1 pick. Toronto Maple Leafs have picked Gavin McKenna, left wing from Penn State. Oh, my gosh. How about that from Penn State? All right. Pensman, start with you. Go ahead. McKenna, your thoughts on him. Go ahead.
He was really good. He played good. He's a sniper. He's going to be good. He's going with Austin Matthews on his side. I think he's going to develop him into another Jake Kitzel if he's healthy. He is going to Toronto. He's going to teach. Austin Matthews knows, so Austin Matthews is going to teach him how to keep the pressure down and try to develop into a NHL star. I think he's going to be an NHL star. He's with the wrong team, but
all right.
As well as Chris. So welcome to Chelsea.
Oh yeah. All right, Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on this guy, this McKenna here.
What I saw from the highlights, he skates really fast. He's got a slap shot that's actually pretty cool and everything, but he's got a big opportunity here to make a big statement here. So we'll see what they got and everything, when it all shakes down. And I'm kind of intrigued of what's going to happen, with everything going on, with all these guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. San Jose Sharks picked Ivar Steinberg from Freelanda, wherever that is and whoever that is. Brian, we'll start with you guys. San Jose Sharks.
The Sandberg. What I saw last night from the Sharks, what he's fast. He kind of lingers around in the eyeball test. He's got one where he puts. You can see in some of his highlights where he just stands around and they just throw it, hockey puck to him, and he just slams it right in there. When like they said about his father too, it's the same thing. I mean, it's just a miracle that he actually can play hockey like he does, because he'll sit there, and they'll pass the puck to him, and he'll just put it in the hockey net, and it's just unreal because he's got a swing though when he puts it in there. I don't know how fast he can put it in there, but when he comes off that hockey puck, it goes.
Yeah, well, that's the key ingredient too, Brian and Pensman. You have to have the right, kind of player that can shoot the puck and get it in the net and do it the way you need to do it. All right, Vancouver Canucks former Pittsburgh Penguin GM Jim Rutherford still working with the team. Khalip Mahordra, center from Brantford. Go ahead, Pensman. Your thoughts on that? We'll get your thoughts on the San Jose Sharks as well. Go ahead.
San Jose Sharks are not going to be anything to be taken. They're not the laughing stock anymore, so I think they're going to be better. So just look out for them. And they needed a center, so that's what I think of it. I think he's going to be another Ovechkin or Crosby. So just watch for the San Jose Sharks now. They're not the laughing stock anymore. And welcome to the chat. I don't want to interrupt anybody, but hi everybody.
Yes, hello everyone in the chat room here. Thanks for being part of the program. And we're talking NHL Draft here on the Saturday Sports Blast Show. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter X, and the Kick platforms. And also, don't forget, we are live on Pensmansports and Sports Break Media as well. All right, Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on this pick here for, you already gave San Jose, Vancouver Canucks, Khalid Mohordra, center. Go ahead.
I don't know much about him, but it's like we said, is he going to be the face of the team? Can he be the face of the team?
Well, he's a completed, according to what I've read, he's complete and he's a trusted player. All right. Which, is there's nothing wrong with that. And he was also rated one of the junior hockey's best player. So if that's the case, then it looks like they have a pretty good pick there. But, some of these guys, folks, and, it goes on in all kinds of drafts. It takes a while sometimes for some of these guys to get to the pro level. Sometimes they're in some of the smaller leagues or whatever. And
I didn't realize when watching it a little bit last night, I didn't realize how many players are actually gone to high school, gone to college, and then gone to their little pro league. I didn't realize how many times they've actually gone to a pro league before they actually go pro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know what? The good news with that, Brian, is when you're in the minor league system, you can do you can learn a lot before you get to the big boys. And when you move somebody, and this has happened not only just in the NFL, but it's happening in Major League Baseball. It's happened in many other places where they will take a first-round pick and stick him into the fire before he has a chance to even get burned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, so that's exactly what happens. But, with the NHL, at least with some of these guys, most of them, the number one pick, unless you're a Conor McGregor or you're a Sidney Crosby or something, you're going to go to the minors. All right, New York Rangers, former Penguin coach Mike Sullivan picked Albert Smits, defenseman from Munchen. Go ahead, Pensman. Your thoughts on this guy?
Everybody knew that New York Rangers had problems on the defense end, so they're guard that blue line. Like the Tampa Bay Lightning did, they do that one defense. If you don't know what that is, then I have time to explain it. But the blue line's very guarded. But that's what Mike Sullivan and the Rangers are trying to do of getting that Smith guy. So let's see what they can do. I'm going to tell you this now: everybody that we see in the first round, there's going to be pros and there's going to be busts. But we don't know who the busts are. But we'll see what's going to be interesting. We'll see how the Rangers do this year. Hopefully, we'll see if New York can bounce back from the terrible year they had last year.
Absolutely. Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on New York Rangers pick, Albert Smits?
Kind of iffy. They kind of graded him. The biggest. But anyway.
So you think he got drafted too early, more or less?
He didn't ask you about the Chicago Cubs.
I didn't say that. Yeah, the Chicago Cubs. Whatever. Let's not talk about those guys. But no, kind of interesting move,
Right.
So yeah, I didn't follow too much of hockey. I mean, I just watched it. So kind of being busy.
Yeah, we all have. We've been really busy in our lives, and so. But anyway, all right. Thank you for joining the chat. Pensman is my monitor. He will take care of the chat and anything that is important to put up, we will. Don't forget, we are at the topics at hand. Anything else is out and gone. We've already deleted some people who decided they want to play games and all that, but not on this program. It's not going to happen anymore. All right, Calgary Flames, Carson Corrales, defenseman, Prince George. Now, it says here that this guy is number 3 in North American skaters. And the gentleman before here, the Central Scouting had him, the Rangers, Albert Smits, I forgot to mention, at number 2 in international skaters. So, all right, we'll go with you, Pensman. Go ahead. Carson Corrales, Prince George, which is a very good team. Prince George always has great players that come out of there. Defensemen, go ahead.
Yeah, pretty good team. This guy, he's a sleeper. I'm telling you, he knows how to get around. So that's why I think about that.
All right, go ahead, Brian.
So we'll see how it happens with Grief. We'll see if they bounce back on that.
Okay, great, Pensman. Thank you. All right, go ahead, Brian.
It's like Pensman said. Let's see what he can do. I mean, some of these higher draft picks, like 1 through 10, really, it's kind of like they knew they had to have some of and what I've heard on the radio is they got to have a lot of these teams needs like their depth.
Yes.
Yeah. So they need depth in some of these areas because a lot of these guys now are getting older. We've noted that some of the big players now that are leaving the sport, they're getting slower, but you need some young talent. But I mean, let's just see how all they do. They still got to do tryouts, and go through workouts and that, and you never know what they're going to do, of all of them.
Oh, absolutely. I agree 100% because see, here's the thing too with this as well. They can be rated whatever they are, but if they come up to the big leagues, they could be, like you said, a bust. And you never know what these players are going to be like until they get in. But they say this guy here, this Carson Corrales, they said he stands out as a top defender because of his blend of size. He's 6'2", 194. He has good mobility and decision-making under pressure. And, that's not a bad thing there. I mean, that really is.
What's his weight, though?
His weight is, let me see here, 194.
194? Yeah,
he's got to put some weight on for a defense.
Yeah, he's got to put some weight in some muscle mass. That's what I was kind of thinking is when you said that kind of, I mean, he could be really, I mean, in playing in the NHL, you have to be strong and you got to put on a little weight too. But you got to be strong because you got to take shots now. Coming out of the high school, college, whatever, you got to grow from step to step, and all the way up. Even when you're playing in the smaller NHL, you still have to beef up a little bit because you're going to take some licks in the big boys,
Yeah, there's two types of defensemen in the NHL. There's a puck handler defenseman, and there's a bruiser. With that's the guy who pushes everybody around. The puck handling defenseman is the one that brings the puck out all the time and distributes it to everybody. That's his job. All right, but there's been some good ones over the years as well. So, all right, let's go into the next pick, number 8, the Winnipeg Jets. Back in the day, we used to call them Losapeg because they were one of the worst teams. Vigo Borshak, center. Vigo Borshak, center. All right, Pensman, go ahead. Ed Pensman.
I think it got frozen.
Yeah, that happens.
This guy,
week.
I wanted the Penguins to draft this guy. I'm glad who we got. I wanted this guy to be with the Penguins, but he got good awareness. He's got vision around the ice. I like what he do, and just let everybody know, he did talk to Leah. He said he's ready to go. So whatever he's going, he's ready to go full throttle. So we'll see how.
All right, he was rated the top country top professional men's league. He was rated number 1. NHL Central Scouting says that he is number 4 in international skaters. Go ahead, Brian.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. I mean, when you're in the top 4, top 5, you're going to be pretty
skaters.
There. Yeah, exactly. He must be. I wonder what his top. I mean, we always talk about speed. I wonder what his speed is, just to see how fast he actually is, because you can put him at the point and he'd probably do something. But we'll see with all these teams. We'll see what happens.
All right, what's going on, Richard? Thank you for being part of the program. He's on Facebook, and then we have some folks here. Pensman's acknowledging everybody, so that's good. And don't forget, everybody, please acknowledge me. All right, there you go. All right, let's see here. Let's go into the Nashville Predators. Nashville Predators kind of stinking up the joint these days. I don't know what's going on with them. They used to be, top notch, but nowadays they've been kind of stinking up the joint a little bit. Wyatt Pollan, USHL Central Scouting says he's number 13 in American skaters. I don't know, draft him number 10, number 13. That's a little high, but we'll let that we'll let sometimes the scouts can be wrong. We'll start with you, Brian, this time. Go ahead. What do you think of this guy?
And he's right on the fringe, being a top, he's right there, like at a top 10, but still, you're still in the top 10. I mean, you're going to have to show, what you got, because you're going up to big boys now.
All right. You're exactly correct. Go ahead, Pensman.
I have no idea about this, but we'll see how he does. But I don't know. That's pretty high. But if Brian would take Rich Carter, you're the Carolina boy. But go ahead and answer that question if you can, real quick.
Yeah,
I don't know how to respond to that.
We'll talk about that later.
10-2
Yeah,
for South Carolina.
We can do that.
Go ahead.
We'll talk about Carolina.
Yeah, there you go. St. Louis Blues. Number 11, Tynan Lawrence from Boston University. I heard this guy's supposed to be pretty good. He's number 7 in North American skaters by NHL Central. Pensman, go ahead. And then, Brian, you can pick it up. I got to go off for a minute.
Yeah, okay. He's pretty decent. Yeah.
We're talking about the St. Louis Blues, right?
Yeah, the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah. Well, with that pick, they actually added depth, Yeah,
in the draft, it's always good. It's always good for depth, and also it's always good to also add not only just depth, but also you need to have some kind of young development because, like you said earlier, Brian, the NHL is getting younger, and you have to basically keep up with the Jones boys, as they say. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what you have to do when it comes to the NHL. They're getting younger, they're getting faster, and some of the older players are starting slow, be slow. And you can't do that in the NHL anymore. Speed's important. I mean, you really got to be fast. You got to be, be able to handle the puck real fast. To see who else we have going on here. All right. Michael Jackson. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? My wife and I are going to check that movie out this weekend. The Michael Jackson movie. So, we're going to check that out. But anyway, we're not here to talk about movies. Let's go into this New Jersey Devils, number 12, Alexander Command. How'd you like to have that name?
That is a cool name, Command.
Yeah.
You in command?
Yeah. Are you in command? Yeah, there you go. Oh, the puck went to command and command. There we go. All right. NHL.
That is a cool name.
He's number 11 in international skaters. It says Command is 187, 6'1" center. He's from in Sweden's most complete prospect. He's the most complete prospect. So go ahead, Pensman.
I'll go for it, Ralph.
Pensman. Yeah, Pensman. What the heck happened here?
I have no comments on this guy, so go ahead, Brian. Yeah, I don't have any comments on him, so go ahead, Brian.
The complete guy is hey, Ralph, he better be complete when he hits the ice playing against the pros. You know, he better come out swinging when with the name, and then he's a complete. He better come out there and he better show them. Okay, I am the complete, because you can have a nickname like complete and everything, but when you hit that ice with the big names, I mean, with the with any kind of the big pro names, you got to go against the best, and it shows. Okay, what skills do you have? I mean, you just can have. I mean, we always talk about prospects and in draft picks and everywhere. You got to show me as a coach, if I'm doing hockey, football, baseball, whatever, you got to show me your talent that you actually have. You can have all these great accolades. We always talk about, oh, he won this, he won this. You got to show me that you are the best prospect that I can act. Because now we've actually seen Ralph Pensman. Also, we've actually seen in a lot of these people now that are getting not when they get drafted 2 years down the road, 2 years down the road.
Guys.
Oh, you're fine. 2 years down the road, you can see these guys going to another team. Trades go on all the time now in the NFL, and we see it in the NBA now. You can actually see these guys getting traded 3 years down the road if they could be just like the Charlotte Hornets. Who would ever thought that Melo Ball would be gone, you know? So I'm just saying, you got to show everybody what it is, you know?
You got that correct. All right, and I want to acknowledge Richard here. He says, Ralph, how are you? Well, great. How are you too, Richard? How are you today? Welcome on Facebook. And we're also on YouTube. We're also on the Twitch network, Twitter X, and the Kick Network. And we're also on Pensmansports and Brian Pettit's Sports Break Media. We're on there as well. We're also simulcasted as well. Today, we are halfway through our show. And what we're doing today is we're talking about the NHL draft, which always gets treated like a redhead stepchild, just like I do in the media. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. So, but we're in depth with it today, and this is where we're going to go. New York Islanders, Matey Gustafsson, defenseman. A lot of defensemen so far in this first 10 or 12 thing that's going on here. So go ahead, Pensman, start with you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Pensman.
Well, I think he's left. Ralph.
Yeah, he's frozen up again. I don't know what's going on with this. Every Saturday morning we have this problem. I don't understand what's going on. I don't. You know, I totally don't. All right. We have Brian, let's go into the New York Islanders, Matey Gustafsson. Go ahead.
Islanders. What's his frame like? Or what's his frame like?
Well, he says here he's 6'4", 203 pounds. That's not bad for a defenseman.
No, it's not. That is not actually
you know.
bad. That's you can take some shots on that one. That's what I was thinking about. We go back to that previous. Skater. Well, we go back to that previous guy that only weighed 195. You know,
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually good for defense. You know, because you got to take on that offensive stuff, and he can just blow you up. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, we're gonna get ready to get Pensman back here on the phone. So let me get him going.
Hey, Ralph.
Real quick here. Yes, go ahead,
I did a couple of things while we're getting back on here. I kind of listed, about because I kind of dived deep into some of the analysis and everything, and this is what a lot of people are not gonna pick from, but this was actually, let's see here. Oh, let me go find it here. I gotta find it again here. Where did I put it at? I put it in my notes. Just a minute. Let me look for it real quick. It says, the NHL teams still facing questions. Well, here's some names. There's only 5: New York Rangers, Anaheim Ducks, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia Flyers, and the New York Islanders. Those are the big still team facing questions. And then the winners from last night, we don't know the whole thing, but just from last night, Toronto Maple Leafs, St. Louis Sharks, Vancouver Canucks, Buffalo, and Columbus Blue Jackets. That was just from, the big winners from last night and the losers. You know, so I was just making some of, I was just going through a lot of things, but that's what they're saying now. A lot of these out, like ESPN and a couple other people have been posting, on X. So I kind of read a lot of those.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, joining us by phone is Pensmansports, because every Saturday morning we seem to have issues here. And I'm trying to get into another software, but I'm having issues trying to get the shorts out. So that's the only reason I stick with what we have right now. But go ahead, Pensman, your thoughts on this this defenseman here. Hang on a minute. I got to get it back. I got to get my screen back up that I had up for this. Let me get it back up here where we are. We're at number 12, I believe. Let's see. The Rangers, we already did. The Blues, Tyrone Lawrence. I think we were past that. The Devils, Alexander Command. All right, the Islanders, Matey Kostafson. Go ahead, Pensman.
Yeah, he's a good defenseman. We'll see what he does. See how his forechecking goes. So we'll see how everything plays out. Schaefer was there last night. He was excited to have him on the team. So it's always good to have your captain and support who you have drafted. So it's very rare that a captain shows up. But I guess Schaefer was the number one pick last year. So he was there and he was excited. So he's ready to get going. He's ready to take him to New York and show him what he can do with the Islanders. And we'll see how the coach responds this year, because they had a bad year last year too.
Yeah, Brian made some good points right there about some of these teams that are on the bubble this year. Some of these coaches are probably going to be on the bubble or walking on eggshells, as I always say.
Yeah, the Islanders coach is definitely on the bubble.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, because, it's been a while for some of these teams, and, including the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's been a while. But we're going to, so we'll see what happens moving forward. By the way, Pittsburgh Penguins, I want to welcome Ron Francis, former Pittsburgh Penguin, back working in the organization. It's Ron Francis definitely will crack the whip and get some things going in the organization. Anaheim Ducks. Wait, hold on. Did I miss one? I did. Columbus Blue Jackets, number 14, Oscar Hemming, left wing from Boston College. And it says that he's a Central Scouting of the NHL says he's a number 11 in North American skaters. He's 204, 6'4", and showed a pro-ready game with a combination of size. So we'll start with you, Pensman.
That's interesting.
It's always good to have Boston College people. And they're not good football. They're not good basketball, but they are good hockey teams. So Brian Russ came from Boston College. So we'll see how he acts and see if he's another Brian Russ coming out of Boston College.
All right. Brian, go ahead.
When you come out of, I'm just going to say this. I'm not a big hockey fan, and but when you hear some of the elite hockey players, and everybody can go look it up. Just look up Boston College's hockey, history, because there's a lot of people that come out of Boston, and it's just unreal how many big names are actually coming out of Boston and up there. And you got Penn State too. They're usually
Penn State has good athletes. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Penn State, you got all those up there. It's crazy because I can't think of a name, but when you hear Boston College, you think of hockey. I mean, a lot of the hockey, even some of the people that are actually playing roles actually in movies now, they're actually from up there in
Boston College.
Boston College. You hear them. Oh, I'm from Boston College, and you're going, oh, you used to play for hockey. And it's kind of realistic that this guy is from Boston College because they got a big time program up there in Boston,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right, next. Anaheim Ducks, Nikita Klipoff, right wing from Saginaw. NHL Central Scouting said he's number 8 in North American skaters. 6 foot, 180 pounds. This guy got to bulk himself up a little bit, guys. I think, a little 180 is a little light, but we'll see where he goes from there. Led the Ontario Hockey League with 97 points with 37 goals and 60 assists in 67 games, and won the Hap Emmis Award as OHL Rookie of the Year. Brian, we'll start with
Wow.
you, guy.
Sounds kind of interesting,
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
like we said,
This
you got to
guy's
be
an
taught.
athlete. I mean, it seems
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
guy's an athlete, And
Well,
but go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead, Brian.
I would get him up to 200. And
Yeah,
he's
that's
got
probably where he has to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a
what
little
does
light.
he play? I didn't hear what he played. What
He plays. I believe he plays right wing.
Yeah, he plays right wing.
Yeah, he's right wing. Yeah.
So he would actually 200. I wonder what his speed was in skating, though. That was always kind of though. But way it sounds like he's got a lot of credentials there, passing. The assistance and everything. But my goodness, you put him in a good team. Let's just see how he does, though. You could be on a good team.
Yeah.
You could be good, but then you can have a bad coach and a bad team, and it makes you look bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Pensman, go ahead.
Yeah, he said he's the next Patrick Kane. That's what the NHL analysts are saying. So if he needs to bulk up, he needs to go up to. He's 180 now, but he's at 200 now. He's at 37 goals, 60 assists, with 67 games under his belt. But we'll find out how he does. We'll see if the Ducks can get back to where they were before. But so that's what's going on.
Right. Okay. St. Louis Blues, number 16, their second pick of the first round, Maddox Daguenias from Quebec. NHL Central Scouting says he's number 15 in North American skaters, 6'4", 198. He's he's a physical, imposing power forward. So go ahead, Pensman.
Yeah, you need to have. If you're a center, you need a hard hitter. So they felt the center was at the weakness. They certainly found a fantastic job. So I think they did a good job of addressing that. So we'll see what happens with that. So I'm happy with that. So.
All right, Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on this guy here?
Yeah, it sounds like he's got some power too.
Yeah, he does. I mean, you can't just handle the puck. You got to be physical, like you said, Brian, because the NHL is a physical game. So.
Well, Ralph, we go back to that complete guy. You have to have. Yeah, you have to actually have speed. You have to have assistance. You got to have power, and you got to
be able to skate.
And you got to skate too, because you can be all these accolades, but still, it's like what I said a while ago. You have to have a lot of these credentials to actually play in the sport, because they will beat you up. I don't know what the average age is when they retire and stuff, but they will beat you up. Literally. I heard some teams that they'll take a grudge out of a rookie or stuff. That they'll pounce on a rookie.
Oh yeah,
and they'll
Hey, I got to tell you something. I watched the New Orleans Saints game when Ricky Williams was the running back, and guess who welcomed him to the league? Lawrence Taylor.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Ethan Belches, a left wing from Windsor for the Utah Mammoth. How about Utah with the name the Mammoth?
I like that name.
Number 9, North American skater. He's 6'5". He's a tall guy. 230. There you go. That's what you need for a defenseman.
That's what you need right there.
Well, he's a left wing here, but he's a big left wing. Has emerged as one of the premier power forward prospects in the draft. So go ahead, Brian. We'll start with you on this one. Go ahead.
That's what you want in a forward. That's what you want right there.
Or left wing, you mean? You mean a left
wing?
Yeah,
well, left wing.
Yeah,
Not bad.
Yeah. Forwards basketball talk.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get into that.
I get confused too. I mean, I'm trying to get into hockey, as y'all can tell. So no, but it's amazing that you talk all these weight limits, and it's on the verge of, the 230 to 200, 195. You got to be in that range, though. But we'll see what he does.
All right, Pensman, good.
The Seattle Mammoth moved up 2 spots to get the mammoth power forward. So he's angry. He's relish. He's ready. He's scariest guy on the ice with a skill. So he said he can be like the next Martone. If you guys remember Martone in the playoffs, he could have a similar year. And Martone took everybody from not knowing them to everybody knows them in the NHL. So it's a huge jump. So we'll see. He was at Michigan State for a little bit, and then so we'll see how he plays now. But 230 is a great way to be a defense. That way you can actually you can hit, and not get hit.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, Pensman. You're exactly correct. All right, here we go. Washington Capitals number 18, Oliver Savanto from Tampere, Finland. Central Scouting said number 3 in international skating. That's not a bad rating for from the NHL Central Scouting. And they say Cervento is 6'3", 213. He's a center, and it says his towering, mature, two-way forward, already proven he can handle men's hockey. So there you go. We'll start with you, Pensman. Go ahead.
Vetchkin might be retiring. He might be retiring this year, so that's a good replacement. If he's going to retire, it's a good replacement. He's the youngest player in the draft, so we'll see how he does. Scouts have him compared to Barkov and the Panthers, Lundu, so those are good comparisons. And then for our Panthers, you guys know how Lundu does with Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers always. Yes.
So
Yes.
He's a really high skill center too.
Always a good defensive team, the Panthers, and always very physical. And they've always been in the race. This year they were not, or they didn't do well this year. But we'll see where they go. Go ahead, Brian. You're up. Go.
I don't know much about him, but I don't know much about him.
All right, hang on a second. I had to do something here real quick. All right, I'm back. All right, guys. I'm sorry about this. Having some issues with my earbuds here this morning. I don't know what's going on. Every Saturday, it's something. Los Angeles Kings, Eldon Hermanson, right wing Modo. From Modo. I don't know where Modo is, and I don't care. NHL Central Scouting says number 5 in international skaters. It says Hermanson is 6 feet, 182 pounds, and he is a right wing, and he spent most of the season in Uzbekistan and second highest professional level of hockey in Sweden. We'll start with you, Pensman. Go ahead.
They have him at number 5 international skaters, so that's pretty decent. So he's 6 foot, 182 pounds. That's still light for a left winger, but I don't know. We'll see. The Kings still slid back to 2 spots and got him, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But the Kings are thrilled to have him. They seemed excited. So this is a good step of rebuilding. The Kings are rebuilding because after Jonathan Quick and Kopitar and all those, and Drew Doughty, they started rebuilding. So this is a good rebuilding step for the Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah, the Kings haven't been in the race for a while. They've been kind of silent. You don't hear much about the Kings anymore. All right,
this is a good pick, though.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. I believe it is too. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I was going to say it could be a good pick. But you don't really hear about the Kings no more. It's like Pensman said. You don't.
It's like they're an afterthought.
You really don't see. Yeah. You don't really hear them. And another team that doesn't stand out to me that they used to is the Blackhawks. You know, it's the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
You really don't hear. You don't really hear much of them. You know.
Yeah.
Some of these teams.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, you know it. You know.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that you don't hear about. The old ones that used to come up, you know, and it's kind of like, but where are they gone? Like, so that's just my take on it. But let's see what he's got. Like Pensman said, let's see what he does. If the Kings like him, let's see what he's got. All these teams.
All right, guys. Number 20, Buffalo Sabres, Ligor Morzarov, center, Miami. Comes from the University of Miami. Central Scouting has him at number 10 North American skater. Mozlov is 6'3", 205. And he's a center. And it says he has had He is tied for second in the youngest player in NHL or the NCAA, I'm sorry, men's hockey, but was able to step directly into the rugged National Collegiate Hockey Conference and an average of nearly 20 minutes per game. Go ahead. Your thoughts, Pensman. Go ahead. We'll start with you.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that, the 20 minutes per game, but yeah, he's really good. So 6'3", 205 for a left winger. That's pretty good. So we'll see how he does and see if he contributes. The Buffalo Sabres, they took the league by storm last year. Nobody expected the Sabres to do what they did. So it's always good to see it's like you said in NBA, it's always good to see the old teams do something good. So I'm not a Sabres fan, but if you guys remember the day when Dominic Hasek and those guys played, they haven't done anything since then. So it's good to see Buffalo Sabres do good.
Yeah, they've been silent for a while, Pensman. You're exactly correct. Go ahead, and Brian, you're up.
Yeah, it's like Pensman said. He's a great one to look after, and I think he's going to have a big year this year. Let's just see what he can do. You know,
he looks like a complete player there, Brian. And I think when you're in the draft, you got to get complete players. You can't get guys who are just one dimensional or So as someone once said, a one trick pony. You can't have anybody doing that. So. All right, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here we go.
I want to hear y'all thoughts on this one.
Hold on, Ralph. Hold on.
All right.
You missed the 21st pick. The Flyers had the 21st pick, but the San Jose Sharks traded.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did miss that. Yeah, Brian Lynn, defenseman from Vancouver of the WHL League. Central Scouting has him rated at number 16 North American skaters. And then, I just saw that here, Pensman. Thank you.
I'm just letting you know, if you guys didn't watch the draft, the Flyers did have the 21st pick, but the San Jose Sharks traded up and got Ryan Lynn from Vancouver.
Oh wow. Yeah, I see that there. That's interesting. All right, guys. Let's see here. He says it says here he was with the elite sense of dynamic skating, which is important. And creativity with the puck. That's very important. Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, that is actually a skill if you can do that,
Yeah. Why do you think the Sharks traded up to get him?
Let's just say this. You can have a trick shot if he's creative with the puck. I want to know what kind of trick shots he's got up his sleeve.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I might have to go find out. I had to go to YouTube and see what kind of highlights he's got,
Oh, yeah. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed.
Yeah, probably so.
All right. All right, everybody. We have a new studio sponsor. We're here at Studios 10 in Berlin, Maryland. Our new sponsor is here it is right here, Sure Appliance Performance. Sure Appliance Connection. They are a new sponsor for all of the online shows here. And they're also our studio sponsor. We're here at Studios 10 in Berlin, Maryland, Studio A. And so don't forget to call them today. 410-496-6121 is the number to call. Ask for Bill, Sure Appliance Connection. They also have locations in Delaware as well as Salisbury, Maryland. All right. Let's get back to our draft coverage here. Pensman, go ahead. Your thoughts on Ryan Lynn.
He was good, so we'll see how he does. He's a one-trick pony. We'll see how he does with the trick shots.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see how he does. He's got a good size of weight to him. So, I'm guessing that the Sharks wanted him that bad that the Flyers are like, nope, you can't have him.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You're exactly correct. All right, here we go. Let me see what we got going on here with this. Can't wait till what we see here. All right, there we go. All right, thank you very much. Good morning to you as well. Thank you for being part of the show. And who else we got here? Let's see. All right, thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for commenting. Your comment section's open. Any of your comments about the NHL draft, that's what we're talking about today here on the Saturday Sports Blast. All right, we're blasting away here at the NHL draft. Pittsburgh Penguins, number 22, Liam Rucker, right wing Medicine Hat. Oh, my. Of the WHL. Central Scouting has them at number 20. Ugh, number 20 at American Skaters. That's a little high there for that, but we're a little low for that, but we'll go there. We'll see. As he says, he has he was second in the Western Hockey League with 104 points in 45 games, 59 assists in 69 games. So there we go. There, 4 points behind his twin brother. All right, let's go with this. Pensman, go ahead. I know you want to really chime in on this one first, so we'll get you started. Go ahead.
I hope again his brother Marcus and him are going to be awesome. It's going to be like the two brothers, like the Stoll brothers. But Penguins took him. I'm excited. You can see what he can do. Hopefully he's on Crosby or Malkin's line now that Malkin signed a contract. We'll see what he does. So they value a high Q. So we'll see what happens. They're not comparing them to anybody, so that's not a bad thing, except for Troy Terry. I don't know who Troy Terry is, but we'll see. But I'm excited. We'll see how he does. So I'm excited for this year. See how things go. Just need our defense. Today's rounds 2 to 7. We'll see if we get a defender and straighten up that defense, because our defense is old and slow. So. But with this pick, I'm excited. Don't ignore the 20. If the 20, his rank is high, is because he's competing with his brother.
Yeah, I want to say this. I think Dan Muse, for his first year as the head coach of the Penguins, I thought he did a really good job this year of doing what he can, working with what he had. Sometimes you can't shove a square peg into a round hole. He's really trying to get this defensive system going, and it broke down a few times this year, cost the Penguins some games. And and when your defense breaks down, your goalie, it puts pressure on your goalie, and sometimes that's that's not a good thing. Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on Pittsburgh Penguins pick, Liam Ruck or Rook or whatever it's called there.
Yeah, that's a one of a kind of name. Can you imagine call that one on the broadcast system? No, but I think he's going to be a pretty good kid. Let's just see what he does this year. Maybe he could prove the Penguins for next year. They were close, but if you're in that top, that lower 20s pick, you're going to be pretty good. Let's just see what they can do with them.
Oh yeah, Detroit Red Wings. It says J.P. Horbert, left wing, Kamloops. NHL Central Scouting has him at number 12, which isn't a bad rating for North American skaters. He is 6 foot 190, and he can play left and right wing, and transitioned into a premier offensive weapon in the WHL. Go ahead. We'll start with you, Brian. Go ahead on this guy.
The
Red Wings are another team that hasn't been involved.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
When you said the Red Wings, where have they fallen?
Yeah, exactly.
As you used to call your show, the mighty have fallen,
The mighty have fallen. Yes, exactly. You are correct on that one. Thanks for quoting me on that.
He might be good, but they needed more depth.
Yes.
They probably need more depth, and they need some more big players because, as what we've seen here, I think they need more big players than what they need. And like Pensman said yesterday, I didn't realize this. And I heard on another, and hockey has 7 rounds, and that's a lot of depth you can add, but realistically, you only need a couple of players. You might have 7 new guys come into your franchise, but really, in all, you're going to have to try out 7 new players on your team, and you might only take 1. So where's the rest of these guys going once they get drafted, or you might take 2 players because their roster is so small. So some of these guys not even make the team,
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
So,
Brian, I'm gonna stop you right there. If they don't make the professional, they always start at the minor league.
At the minor leagues, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
that's when they spend most of their time until they develop into the NHL player.
And another thing, you have to have a good minor league system. And for many years, the Pittsburgh Penguins have managed to, and some other teams have managed to deplete their minor league system, and then they get burned. and they want to know why. Well, that's where that goes.
Well, Ralph, and I'm going to take this a step further. If I'm a minor team, it doesn't matter what sport I'm in. If I was the coach or something like that, and I get a new guy in there, what's his disabilities, and what's his pros and cons? Well, just pros and cons, and you want to kind of work on it. Say, okay, well, sit him down and say, hey, this is what we need to work on. Why you're here, and I'm going to try to get there. If you don't have a manager or any kind of other people that don't want to work with you, they're not going to work with you.
No,
it's sad because you get a good player and you might not have a good coach, or you might not have a good person to work with, and then you're kind of like, why am I sitting here for 5 years? Why am I sitting here for 6 years? Why I'm not getting looked at? And next thing you know, you could be traded, and you go to another farmhouse,
Yeah, well, sometimes what happens is you draft talent, and then it takes a long time for that talent to develop. And, it all depends on the talent. I mean, sometimes guys like the Conor McGregors, the Sidney Crosbys, all those guys, they all, and Ovechkin, they all came up Malkin right away. But there are guys that are a little slow process. They have to go through the minor league system, teaching, coaching, and some of them do that as well. All right, Pensman, your thoughts on this guy here?
Well, they traded their goalie to get this guy. They did a silent trade they got rid of Kosa, so they got rid of him. So they must have got him for something. So it's always good. We'll see what happens if what Brian said was accurate. But if he doesn't perform in the NHL level, if they don't see what they like, then they're going to send him back in the minor league. The Detroit Red Wings minor league team is not that bad to start with, so he'll be all right.
All right, guys. We're up on the clock here a little bit, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go down the list here, and you guys can give me your thoughts on these players. Ottawa Senators, Jonas Lagerberg, right wing. We'll get back to him. Number 26, Montreal Canadiens, Gleb Potakiok. And he is a right wing, and they also drafted, or it says Nasina Nufko or whatever, junior. He was in junior hockey. Central Scouting has him number 9 in international skaters, which actually is a good rating for that. The Flyers, who traded down to get Maxim Sokolevskill, defenseman from London. He's number 40 in North American skaters. But Anaheim Ducks, number 28, Marcus Nordberg. Central Scouting has him at number 9 in international skaters. Vegas Golden Knights, who actually went to the Stanley Cup play this year with John Tortorella. He has stepped down and resigned or whatever, or they ran him out, whatever they did there, I don't know. But anyway, it was kind of sad because he had that team. He had, as you saw in the Stanley Cup there, guys.
Ryan Craig took over that job.
I know. I can see that. Jack Hextall, I hope. And I'm wondering if he's related to Ron Hextall. He probably is. Center from Youngstown, USHL. How do you like that one? All right.
That might be his nephew.
His nephew or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm looking to see here if there's anything that we need to look at here. Nope, I don't see anything. But it probably is some relation to him. All right, number 31, Nashville Predators, Tommy Bellew, defenseman from Moncton. Central Scouting has him at number 17 in North American skaters. Last but not least, the Ottawa Senators, Jackson Cover, right wing, London. Central Scouting, number 29 in North American Scouting, 6'1", 183. He was third for London with 52 points, 20 goals, 32 assists in 67 games. And his 6 power play goals were tied for second. The 18-year-old will spend another season with London before coming to the Ottawa Senators. All right, Carolina Hurricanes did not have a pick. Go ahead, guys. Your thoughts on those guys there. Pensman, we'll start with you. You're the guy. Go ahead.
It's a good list. The Flyers must have wanted that guy. I'm happy. Like I said, I'm happy with the draft. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens today. The draft is starting in actually now. So rounds 2 to 7 is going on from now to whenever it's done. So we'll see who's a bust. We'll see who's there. So I'm trying to get Brian into more NHL action. So we'll see what happens, and we'll look forward to it. We'll see what's happening. I'm looking forward to a good 2026 season. So,
all right, so am I. I'm anxious to see what some of these guys are going to do. I'm anxious to see what some of these teams are going to do. It's going to be an interesting year.
I want the Penguins to get a goalie so bad, though. The Penguins goalie has been atrocious the last couple of years.
Yeah, they have been. You are correct, Pensman. But they spent too much money on that bum Tristan Jarry. And he moved on, and he hasn't done any good anyway. So he's a bum, and So, but go ahead, Brian. Your thoughts on this list, and then we're going to wrap it up real quick. But go ahead.
It kind of sounds interesting of what y'all been talking about. I'm trying to get into much as I can, but hockey because But anyway, some of these names we've all talked about it all day. You got to have size. You got to have speed. All these guys have to got the combination, and you got to fit the right team. So that's what all these names that we listed, you're just going to have all these combinations just to get a good player,
All righty. Okay. Now, let's get into tonight or this afternoon, 1:00, Night of Champions, WWE. Great card going on. And I think it's probably one of the better cards of the pay-per-views that WWE has done in a long time. The Night of Champions today. I think it's going to be an interesting scenario there. They are in Saudi Arabia, I believe, or London. I think Saudi Arabia is where they are today, I believe. Yeah. So 1:00 start time. The Night of Champions. It's going to be interesting. We'll start with you, Pensman. Go ahead real quick before we wrap it up.
We'll see if Jay beats
Obafemi.
We'll see if Jay beats Oba. We'll see if he beats them. We'll see if there's more gold that goes to the bloodline. And I don't believe Solo whatsoever. He's going to go back. Since his family left, I think he's going to go back to the bloodline. But I'm looking for a good card, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good card. Brian, go ahead. Your thoughts on Night of Champions real quick.
I just wanted to have fun tonight. I just want to watch it. And,
this afternoon.
And there's one thing that I want to watch. What is Danhauser going to do?
Yeah, there you go.
With Miz and everybody. Because he's got 3 people now. What is it? 4 now that he's got under his radar now. So it's going to be a fun night.
Exactly.
I just want to watch his character. And I still haven't figured out what they're going to do yet.
Let's see who he cursed.
I'm sorry, Pensman.
Yeah, who's he going to curse next?
Let's see who he cursed today.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, this afternoon. Please do not forget this afternoon. Go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say this.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. No, I was going to tell you this too, Ralph. Watch what he does, though. I just want to know where they're going to take it next. He's talked about building this big old guy. I just wonder what they're gonna who it actually is. Who's under the sheet, or who's he gonna bring in to make his And by the way, if nobody has looked at the shorts, what did you think about him turning Charlotte Flair into Miss Danhausen? Did you see that clip?
Yeah. That might be interesting.
That was funny.
No, I did not, but that might be interesting. Yes.
Yeah, that
All
was
right, this afternoon, 2 to 3 p.m. This afternoon, 2 to 3 p.m. We're going to wrap it up here in a few minutes here. 2 to 3, 12:50 a.m. The Answer, 92.5 on the FM Dallas Sports Corner radio show with me, your revolutionary, your visionary, Ralph Williams, along with Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Razzano, and Luther Dupree. Our guest, Ray Fittipaldo, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, to talk about the Steelers, and Leroy Johnson, the head coach of the Amani Christian High School football team in Pittsburgh. They do I tell you what, they are always in the state playoffs, always in some kind of playoff race or and whatnot to get to the state finals all the time. Amani Christian, great football team. Leroy Johnson will join us. He's the head coach. Don't forget tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., the Ralph Williams Show with me, the revolutionary, the visionary Ralph Williams, along with my co-host, Tony Moreno. We got a lot to talk about. Our guest, Adam Kamoski from the Tribune Review and the Trib Live. We're going to talk about the waterfront and the transportation system at the waterfront. Where do you see the changes made? We'll talk about that tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And also, don't forget 12 noon tomorrow, Dr. Greg Roscoe and his show, noontime, 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial. And once again, I want to welcome our new studio sponsor for all RW Media Production shows, Shore Appliance Connection. Don't forget to they have locations in Delaware and also in Salisbury, Maryland. Great products, top-notch name brands, and at good prices. Call them today, 410-496-2161, Shore Appliance Connection. Call them today. They are our new studio sponsors for RW Media Productions at Studio A here at Studio 10 here in Berlin, Maryland. All right, let's wrap it up here. Pensman, closing thoughts, and how can everybody get a hold of you? Go ahead.
Yeah, but before I do that, I got closing thoughts. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao will no longer be going forward in September, so that is postponed. So I just want to let everybody know that.
Yeah, every fight's postponed with Mayweather these days. He canceled the Tyson fight too. That was supposed to be in Congo. Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know that. But you can find me on YouTube at Pensmansports. You can email me at pensmansports@gmail.com. So reach out. Look, the Yankees are on a rough skid against the Red Sox, but the Knicks are celebrating. The Knicks got two good NBA players, so I'm excited to see what they're doing in the upcoming season. So look forward to that. So I will see you on the next video.
All right. Next, we have. Go ahead, Brian. You're up. The closing thoughts, and how people can get a hold of you. Go ahead.
Well, just want to tell everybody, if we're not going to be on the air next Friday, because next Saturday will be
thank
July
you for
the
that
4th.
because I was just going to say that. Thank you.
Yeah, but we're not going to be on the air, but there's going to be a lot of little things. Also, I have an announcement. I will be playing the new college game that will be coming out this week. So we'll see how that goes on my channel, which would be Sports Break Media. You can find me on multiple platforms. And so also you can find me on LinkedIn now on that. So you can find me on multiple platforms. I'm up to 192. I need to get to 200 before the end of this week or something, whatever. I just need to be at 200.
There you go.
Because I've grown in a couple of days. So, but no, most of my platforms you can find me on on Sports Break Media.
All right. RW Media Productions. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter X, and the Kick Network. Well, I'm also on Blue Sky Getter, and I'm on LinkedIn as well along with Brian, and I'm also on Rumble and several of the social media platforms. Also, don't forget Ralph Williams 737@gmail.com is our email line if you're interested, or a mailbag, so to speak. And then also, please don't forget about the below there, the ticker take sponsorship advertising available. You can be like Shore Appliance Connection, just like they are. So Ralph Williams 737@gmail.com. Check the bottom of the ticker take. Also, I forgot to mention about our QR code. It's great to have one. Don't forget to use the QR code if you want to respond to the show. Also, I forgot to mention Monday, the Ralph Williams Show, 2 to 3 p.m. on 620 WKHB. So just to let everyone know, don't forget about that as well. All right, for Pensmansports, Brian Pettit, Ralph Williams, and we're signing off. Have a happy 4th of July holiday. We'll be back in 2 weeks, which will be July 11th. Don't forget to join us for the Saturday Sports Blast show. Until July 11th, have yourself a great one. Please, by all means, be safe. Thank you.